நன்றி.
நன்றி டாக்டர் புகழேந்தி அவர்களே உங்கள் அர்த்தமுள்ள பேச்சுக்காக. I will now request our regional manager Shri S. Ganesan to come and address and felicitate our Shri Shanmugam. Please, sir.
Good evening, my dear colleagues, respected my DGM and hero of the dais, Mr. Shanmugam, Mrs. Shanmugam, and union functionaries, and I call it as a family of New India and other veterans. You know, Mr. Shanmugam, our senior colleague, has joined in this industry in 1976. After the completion of 38 years of service in this industry, today he has attained a superannuation. Of course, any individual who is working in any office, the twins are there. One is official career as well as life career. Both official career and life career he enjoyed a lot. And moreover, in the life career, you know, his son is becoming a doctor. By a stunt of hard working and sincerity, the level of organization in which he is working, he yielded the results of the life career. Of course, as a leader, you know very well, the leader faces a lot of trials and tribulations also, and it can be amicably, the order of the day will come to resolve anything is there. So similarly, he enjoyed his life, and he has also enjoyed his official career. So a person who was attaining the 38 years of service, definitely we see it is an outstanding service, remarkable contribution to the organization, and he has done an excellent and remarkable performance in the years. I wish Mr. Shanmugam to be happy and pleasant life the rest of the life period. Thank you, Anandal.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Shri J. Cyril, father of our Confed and Officers Association, to come and share his experience and facilitate our Shanmugam. Please, sir. I would request Mr. T.S. Paroli to hand over a small bouquet to Mr. Cyril.
Good evening to all of you. Mr. Shanmugam, Mrs. Shanmugam, I am seeing her for the first time. Mr. DGM, and all dignitaries on the dais and my dear friends. I should say words are failing me because it's very emotional day today. We came to know Mr. Shanmugam a long, long back. And then probably when I look back, it really looks a long period. When I came into OSCOE in probably the mid-80s, since then, our association goes back to that period because he was associated with a little later on, because he came into NAOA a little later. But since I was moving with all the association leaders of different classes, then I came across him. And we had a very fruitful association for a very long time. What impresses Mr. Shanmugam, at least as far as I am concerned, was his countenance. A dark color, fine, because all of us are dark, but very sharp features and full of flock hair, because that was something very enviable at the age of 60. If someone is having such a flock of hair, that's enough. I do not know he dies, but still, even with dyes, it's enough. It's wonderful to have such a beautiful hair. And he always used to remind me of a TV serial actor, because I don't even know his name, but his countenance always reminded me of a TV serial actor in those days. But besides all this, what was very impressive is his cheerful countenance. How this has created a deep impression in many of our minds, whoever has come across with Mr. Shanmugam is. Yesterday night I was talking to Mr. R.K. Dwivedi, who's known as Panditji. Probably many of you may not know him, but at least the people who are associated with the association, with the Confederation and every other association, we will know him. He has retired and he is based in Delhi. Then he must be 6 years older than me. So I am 63, so he must be close to 70, 69. And he was Confederation's founder, and he was the longest leader Confederation had. And all of us who had an association and stint in the Confederation must have had an association with Mr. Dwivedi. And yesterday night I was talking to Panditji, and I told him, Panditji, Mr. Shanmugam is retiring tomorrow. Then he paused for a minute, and he said, yes, that gentleman with the sharp features and a very cheerful countenance. See, after so many years, I was mentioning to him, Mr. Shanmugam, because probably many years, maybe because it could be even a decade. So that after a little pause, that immediately came to what he said was, oh, that gentleman with the sharp features and a cheerful countenance. Probably that has defined his whole human being, his association with us. Then I have always seen him as in that demeanor only, nothing else. Because many of the speakers, I'm sorry I came a little late, because many of the speakers have already told you about he being so sober and very equanimity, not disturbed. But for us, that cheerful face, that has always come as a mark of Mr. Shanmugam. And I wish that cheerful remains cheerful as ever in future also. Then probably that will depend upon her, and that will depend upon a little bit on the NA management also. On some of us, then we have to do a bit of duty towards that. Then I think we will ensure that, and the countenance will always be with you. It has been wonderful because we have traveled together a number of occasions, in all modes of travel. Then in those days, we used to travel only in the train because we could afford only that, and that too in second class, whatever classes available, right? So, but all our journeys along with Mr. Shanmugam has been wonderful, because he always used to tell us anecdotes, episodes, and short stories about, and make the travel so lively. And there was another person like him in Oriental also, but it was always been wonderful to travel with Mr. Shanmugam in those long journeys which we used to undertake to Delhi, Mumbai in those days, taking 24 hours, 36 hours. The journeys never felt as tiresome to us because it was always because of the cheerful company that Mr. Shanmugam gave all of us. And we, in the Confed, in the YCOA, all of us, we are very proud of your association, Mr. Shanmugam. And he rose to the extent of the working president of Confederation. And I always envied some people because I could never become a president of the Confederation or working president of the Confederation. But that is the level to which Mr. Shanmugam has rose. And we always have a lot of respect for him. And we wish him Godspeed. And good, peaceful, active, retired life, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. I call him Father always. Thanks for those reminiscent memories of good old days. Actually, அவர் சொன்ன மாதிரி பார்த்தா 25 years நம்ம இன்விடேஷனோட போட்டிருந்தோம். 25 years of yeoman service போட்டிருந்தோம். அது சில இதெல்லாம் தொட்டு காமிச்சார் செரில் சார். 25 years of service to the Officers Association and earlier development officers. Kudos to him. One wing of Confed has come and spoken. Now the other stalwarts. I would now request Shri C.A. Bhaskaran and Vijay Srinivas of UAOA to come and give their felicitations. Please, sir.
Friends, few moments we will hijack the podium. I would request.
I request Shri Paroli to hand over the small bouquet to Shri Vijay Srinivas. Welcome, sir. What is it?
On behalf of UAOA, there won't be many speakers, only one speaker will be there. On behalf of UAOA, I would request Mohan Kumar, General Secretary, to garland Mr. Shanmugam. I would also request Mr. Chandrasekharan, who has been Vice President of UAOA for a long time, Secretary and President of UAOA, also Assistant Secretary General of Confed, to honor him with a shawl. We are reserving this after our president, ex-president, I would say, ex-president and think tank of Confed, think tank of UAOA, who has, along with Father Cyril and with R.K. Dwivedi, has taken UAOA to a greater heights. I would now request Mr. K.B. Vijay Srinivas, DGM, RO, Chennai, to deliver his speech.
Thank you. Good evening to all of you. I've come here as a old friend, as a comrade who has traveled a long way. In fact, today we were just talking in the morning. We were reminded of those days in the late 90s and which extended till the mid 2000s, when Chennai was a kind of center of all activity. It was a center of union activity, it was a center of a lot of disruption. And Chennai, from here, we exported a lot of union and other activities to other centers across the country. And at one time, Chennai was the center of all major associations and unions. All the leaders were from Chennai. And there was a lot of negative activity also going on at that time. And that was one of the reasons why perhaps this officers' associations came up, and because there was need to protect officers. There was need to see that officers who are otherwise, standing alone in their respective seats, they need to have some amount of dignity maintained, decorum in the offices maintained. And that's how this entire thing came up. And during those days, there have been any number of struggles for various reasons, legitimate activities like wage revisions and other things. And other than that, on various other occasions when there have been attacks on various individual officers at various points at various places. So during all these things, from New India, Shanmugam and Paroli, we used to look upon them as a source of strength. They have always been there in all these struggles. And it was a good time when things could happen. And a lot of, if today there is peace reigning here, or rather there's not too much of negative things happening, it's perhaps that intense period of struggle when things happened during that period of 97, 98 to about 2005, 6, that things are now a bit stable and things are going on well. Anyway, that is all old memories. I hope that the past will bury itself and that we can look forward to the future with more of optimism and good things happening in future. I take this opportunity to wish Shanmugam all the best for a happy, healthy and prosperous retired life. Mrs. Shanmugam, whom I'm seeing for the first time. That's what happens, though we meet each other quite often, the families remain unidentified. And only on such occasions we really get to know that there's somebody who is there as a strength behind the person. So wish both of you all the best for a happy and prosperous and healthy retired life. Looking at him, as Cyril was saying, he doesn't look as if he's going to retire today. He looks, I sometimes wonder whether, like General V.K. Singh, whether some date of birth has been wrongly mentioned. He looks so young. He doesn't look as if he's due for retirement today. And all the best. Thank you.
On behalf of AIOA, it's a token of love and affection and memory.